What's up, everybody? Coach Ceelo here, and today is I think it's the 16th episode of the No Bullshit Six Figure Sales Podcast. Wow. I am so excited to be here with you guys today. Today is also the culmination of my sales process. So I've been doing the 10-step sales process that I use and that I've trained people on for years, and has worked really well. It's made me plenty of money. If it's helped others make plenty of money as well. And so today we get to step 10, my favorite part. How many times you heard me say that, right? You should love every piece of your presentation. But this is it. This is, finally we got here, right? We're at the close. So don't mess this up. This is the culmination of all your work and effort. Listen, if you're like me, that you thrive on one call closes, one presentation closes, you just spent anywhere from 30 minutes to an hour and a half, and it could go longer depending on the person, of your time trying to get this sale. You don't want to mess this one up, right? You've already spent, there's a lot of time already spent here. So let's get right into it. So the close, right? We covered why me. We already covered that. We covered why the company. We covered why the product. This is why today. See, at the pitch, they should have already realized that this product solves their problem and is the reason why everything else they've tried before has failed, and this is going to do it. Or if there's a need, that this solves that need or solves that problem. That should already be there. You should already have had a couple of buying questions and stuff that already kind of let you know, hey, it's time to wrap up now, right? So now you got to cover why doing it right now, because 90% of the times, 95% of the times, everybody was calling you to gather information. Information? Really? What do I look like, a teacher? Now, yes, part of my job is to teach, but my job is to get people results. Remember, they're not buying the product. They're buying what that product does for them. But if they don't pull the trigger, then guess what? They don't have that. And like I've told you before, our job is to help people in spite of themselves. There's already reasons why they haven't done it before, not only with you, with others. So you have to be that different from everybody else that helps them realize what those bottlenecks are, what those limiting beliefs are, and get them to pull the trigger today so that they can solve their problem. Guys, as salespeople, we understand that closing is everything and that we want to make money and we're in this for the money, but we're not only in this for the money, you're in this to help these people out. And the sooner you realize that, the better of a closer you're going to be, because that is felt. It's genuine. If you are calling me out on my crap and you're doing it in a genuine way, and you're showing me that what you're actually trying to get me to do is something that's good for me, I'm a hell of a lot more likely to agree with you than not. There's going to be a hell of a lot less resistance than not, right? So first of all, let's talk about the vibe. Remember that throughout the presentation, we're increasing tension and releasing tension, increasing tension, releasing tension, increasing tension, releasing tension, right? And so you're portraying almost different personalities or different pieces of your personality in different parts of your pitch, different frames, right? So in the beginning, you're showing one frame. Throughout the middle, you're showing one frame. But now when we get to the end, you have to have a frame of absolute certainty, because in the end, sales is a transfer of emotion and a transfer of conviction. And so you have to be more sure than that person is that you've got the answer. So the vibe is confident, knowledgeable, professional, willing to call you out on your nonsensical replies, but unattached from the outcome. You could care less if they join or not. You only care if there's a good fit and that you've successfully categorized it as a good fit, as well as made the good fit easily understood. I'm going to say that again. I think you guys got the first part. Confident, knowledgeable, professional, willing to call you out on nonsensical replies. The most important part is the ending. Unattached from the outcome. Now, are we really unattached from the outcome? Of course not. We're salespeople. We want to get paid. But in that moment, you have to be unattached from the outcome. Actually, throughout the whole presentation, you have to be unattached from the outcome. You have to give off the vibe that you don't care if they purchase this or not. You're going to have somebody you're going to talk to an hour later, and you're going to help them. And after that, you're going to speak with somebody else that you're going to help. And you're so good at what you do that it doesn't make a difference to you whether they do this or not. It makes a difference to you that you're able to help them. It makes a difference to you that you were able to relay the information in a way that it got in. Once it gets in, what they do with that is their problem. That's what you've got to relay. Now, that's easier said than done. But I'll give you guys a little trick for that. It's really simple. Give a shit about them. Care about them. If you actually display genuine concern for the person, even while you're closing them, this isn't about them, by the way. This isn't a report hack or everything else. I mean, it does all these other things, but that's not the advice I'm giving you right now. What you're doing is you're taking the attention off of yourself and you're putting it on them. That gets you out of your own head and out of your own heart and out of your own worries and out of your own concerns about, am I going to get this sale? Oh my God, I've been on here for an hour. If you just focused on them, none of that other stuff would be in your space, and they'll feel that you want to help them out. Now, if you do that while you keep the frame of, hey, I'm a professional, whether you don't say this, it's just the vibe you give off. I could care less if you do this or not, but I really want to help you, and I think that you should do blah, 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 blah. That goes a long way, right? And then with that, I don't care is the thing of, hey, I don't even know if this is a good fit. Well, by that time you do, but I'm just saying, like, my concern is there a good fit with us? We're very, very successful. Would this be a good fit? And then the second one is, did I relay that good enough? Was I able to make sure that it got in so that you understand what makes this a good fit? What you do with that's your problem. Now, let's talk about closes. Guys, there's a lot of closes here. All right? These are closes that I've used during the course of my career, but I want to be very clear with you. Probably the top 3 or 4 are the ones that I use. I usually don't have to get down further than that, but it's good to have them in your arsenal just in case you did. So the alternate choice close, that's my favorite close in the whole wide world. Alternate choice. That means that as I'm doing my presentation, at the end, I'm going to give them a recommendation, and then based on their recommendation, I'm going to give them 2 choices. And then I'm going to ask them, So which one do you like most, A or B? And by the way, that's kind of falling into my second close, which is the assumptive close. I'm assuming they're going to buy something, right? So I'm just asking them, is it A or B? Now, the beauty about the assumptive close is the brain can only focus on one thing at a time. So if you get them to start thinking about, well, which looks better, this one or this one, they're not thinking about, should I do this or not? How much is this? What if I'm not sure? What is my wife going to think? What is my husband going to think? What are my It's very simple. You gave the brain a direction, A or B. So that's my favorite, absolute favorite. The second one is the assumptive close. Kind of the same thing where I'm assuming they're going to buy, but you're just assuming one thing and you're going to say, hey, look, this is it. And then you go through a closing sequence, which will be similar to what I'm about to tell you, which is the do you like it sequence. You know, do you like what I'm showing you? Yeah. Would you like it? Or excuse me, do you like what I'm showing you? Would you use it? Do you feel you deserve it? Depending on the product, right? But if it's something emotional, you always want to ask, do you feel like you deserve it? Because everybody should feel like they deserve it. And if they don't, that's going to be a longer presentation because now we're talking about limiting beliefs. But you can call that out. And if you were able to fish that out earlier, man, you're going to get a sale where no one else has before. But anyway, that's a whole other story, right? So you got the alternate choice close. You got the assumptive close. Do you like the do you like it? Would you use it close? Sometimes you can get right to it. You can tell who you've got in front of you. And sometimes you know that their concern is the money. And when you ask them to buy and they say, well, is it the money? Is it the monthly payment or the down payment? I'm assuming that the majority of you are selling products that are high ticket or are in spaces where the products cost a chunk, right? Because that's how we get to six figures. And so a lot of times there might be payment plans or there may be financing. By the way, you shouldn't ever give anything away, ever. Everything that you do is either a negotiation, a favor, or a Columbo idea, last minute idea you had to go and help them out. You want them to feel that everything that you do is special. Now, not to the point where it's obnoxious or you're doing it every time, but for example, if you offer payments, unless you know that the numbers are going to blow them out of the water so much so that they're not even paying attention anymore, that's one of the few times where I might talk about it, right? Normally, I won't talk about it. I'll let them throw up, and I'll ask them, is it the money? Well, yeah, of course it's the money. Well, okay, aside from the money, is there anything else that stopped? No, I love this. I want to do this. So it's just the money, yeah. If I could, would you? If I had a way of being able to help you out there where maybe you could do payments or something, then do we have a deal? And then you can go further in, you know, well, is it the monthly payment? Is it the down payment? There's a lot of ways of working this. Here's another close. What do I need to clarify close? Hey, sounds like you love this. It looks like it's a great fit. From our end, it looks like it's a pretty good fit too. What else do you need me to clarify before we move forward with this? It's doing an assumptive, you're doing a clarifying. The whole point is you just let them know, hey, we're ready to move forward. Sounds like you really want to do this. What else do I need to? Because if you clarify that, then you're done. The Microsoft close. Now, this is a little bit longer. It's storytelling, right? But this is when you've got somebody that's a little hesitant and they want to move forward with this, but, you know, it's just a story, guys. I probably don't have the time to tell you right now, but If anybody's interested, hit me up on the comments or something. I'll tell you my Microsoft close. But it's basically just how I say it. It's a story that I say, and it does a fear of loss on them. Here's another great one. That's exactly why you should close. Anything that they give you as an objection becomes the exact reason why they should do it. I don't have the money. Yeah, that's exactly why you should do this. You should never be in that position again. I don't have the time. That's exactly why you should do this. I'm not sure. That's exactly why you should do this, because not being sure has kept you where you're at. I love that's exactly why you should close. I've got the car close. And no, I am not talking about the button up, which I'm going to be talking about later. So the car close is basically if you're selling like a luxury product and you want to let them know that what you kind of want to compare it to having a luxury product, right? So if you feel like they've got a little money, you tell them, hey, so what kind of car you got at home? What are you driving right now? I'm driving a Lambo, or I'm driving a Lexus, or I'm driving whatever it is that they're driving. Okay. Nice car. Yeah. You could have chosen a Hyundai. No offense to my Hyundai drivers. Or you could have chosen a Nissan, or you could have chosen whatever, but you chose that one. Why that one? Oh, because I like how it feels, because it does this, because it does this. Exactly. You chose it because you could. This is just another car in the garage. So if you've got a product that's a lifestyle product or a luxury product, that's the car close. Or you can call it the car in the garage close. And it works. It works. For that type of person, when they hear that, they're going to smirk and they're going to say something, oh, you got me. They're going to say something and they'll close. The what part isn't for you close. If you've got somebody that's being a little combative, or not combative, but they're just being difficult, well, remember, you closed all the doors behind you in the presentation. I showed you guys how to do that way out earlier, right? So if you closed all those doors so what part of this isn't for you? Is it this? Is it this? Is it this? You want them to be specific because they're being nonsensical. It's just a way of calling them out on their shit, right? The reduced to the ridiculous close. That's just pure numbers. It's pure numbers. Whatever it is you're trying to buy, break it down to monthly, break it down to weekly, break it down to daily, reduce it down to the ridiculous and tell them, you're telling me that for the cost of a coffee or a lunch or a dinner a day, you are going to deprive yourself of XXXXYZ. If it were free, close. If I gave this to you for free, would you take it? This is when somebody's just completely full of it. They're full of shit. They're giving you all these weird-ass excuses, yet they're telling you they like it. And the reason why you want to do if it were for free close is because if they don't even admit to wanting the product if it were for free, then you know they're full of shit and you can call them on it. But if they say, well, of course, if it was for free, all right, so then it's clearly the money. Now you're back to the money. The retirement account close. When you're selling to older people, right? And you feel like they got a little money, not rich or anything, but they got a little money. The retirement account closes where you tell them, listen, I know we all do. You got to do it like that so nobody gets offended, right? Listen, I know we all do, but I know you've got an account somewhere. We all have an account somewhere that maybe has $20,000, $30,000 in it. And we don't know what we're going to do with it. We'll probably never touch it. One day we're going to end up giving everything to everybody, and you're going to spread that among your kids or grandkids, and one of them's going to take their part and blow it. The other one's going to invest it and make a ton of money on it. The third one doesn't even know what they're going to do with it. Was there any impact there? So this becomes a legacy close. almost, right? Guys, you do this, you're setting yourselves up. You're setting them up. You're whatever. You get where I'm going. The next one's a legacy close. And the legacy close is just about what are your plans afterwards with this? Are you going to leave this to your kids? Are you going to leave the results of this product to your kids, to your grandkids? It makes them think about it. It's also great because when you're dealing with people who are older and you're in the high ticket space or you're in the one call close space, one of the things you're always going to hear them say is, hey, I'm already old. I don't know if I want to invest in this or if I want to do this. So what you do now is you're extending the vision, you're extending the product life of that product or the rewards of that product by extending it into the kids and the grandkids, right? The what did you like most close? Hey, what did you like most about what I showed you? Well, I'll tell you what I didn't like. I didn't ask you that. You stop them. If they're going to start giving you shit, you stop. That's not what I asked. We'll get to that later. I'm asking you, what did you like? And then you reinforce what they said. Not only that, but it takes back control. Takeaways. Any kind of takeaway that you can do is always great. So takeaway closes are important. Expired option closes. Hey, we just had a sale last week. We just had a sale last month. Man, I wish I spoke to you yesterday. We just had a sale yesterday. There was something that you had access to before that you didn't. Or there was some kind of promotion that we tried to get a hold of you before that you didn't have. Anything that's expired or about to expire or just expired that you can create an exception for, guys, fear of loss, greed. Remember, when people are buying, there's only two reasons why they buy: need and greed. And if you can tap these, your expired option closes work really, really well. Also, this is a great one. Acknowledgement of a declined offer close. Somebody's coming in, they're giving you a difficult time, they're just making it difficult, you're trying to explain what you've got or whatever. You're just going to take it away. You're done. You say, all right, you know what? Clearly, this isn't. Do me a favor. Get this sheet right here. Say, whatever, decline the offer. I need this in the file. And the reason why is because this absolutely is the only time that we're offering this. And I need to make sure that it's documented, because if you change your mind later, I don't want you to come and say that I'm not going to put my job at risk for this. I need you to acknowledge that you're declining this offer. That is powerful. I've seen six-figure deals go down like that. In the end, it's always about the money, right? If you did your job right, the money should be the only thing getting in between you and the sale. Note, always show a higher package price than what you think they should purchase. Always have a drop ready. It's human nature. I remember when I was a little kid and I wanted to ask my dad for money, right? Let's say I wanted to ask my dad for $20. I'd go up to my dad or my mom and say, hey, can I have $40? What, are you crazy? $40? You're nuts. What do you need that for? Well, I wanted to do this. And no, you're absolutely nuts. Well, can I have at least 20? I think with 20, that's what I needed, right? But psychologically, you can reduce the impact of resistance by first increasing the tension and making them assume it's going to be more, and then you drop. Now, here's what happens sometimes. You might put enough value in that other one that you miscalculated or misjudged this person's wallet, or you misjudged their passion for your presentation, and they might go with the bigger one, which is totally cool. But if not, when you drop, they'll usually go for the drop. So that's also very important. Always, always, always have a fast action bonus for those that can choose to do business today. Remember, it's a today business. You set it up in the beginning when you told them. If you're able, well, I don't like to be, nobody's pressuring you. You can come back anytime you like. As long as we feel like there's a fit and it's good for you and it's good for us, we'll always be here to welcome you. The only thing is, it's going to cost you almost twice as much. But we're totally okay with that. Take whatever time you need. Now, if you're able to make a decision today, then we're going to do this for you. Well, I don't like being pressured. We're not pressuring you. It's okay to say no. No worries. I'm just letting you know that if you decide to do this today, we're going to give you all of it. Why? Well, think about it from a business perspective. When is the greatest likelihood that we're ever going to get a yes from someone? When they're here. When they're on the phone. Because as soon as we hang up, the kids need clothes for school, the car needs braces, the kitchen needs new cabinets. You know when you're going to think about this again? Next time that this problem is bothering you. Next time it's going to cost more. Now you've got to sell yourself. Not me. You got to sell yourself on two things. Number one, on doing it. And number two, on doing it for a much higher price than what you saw last time. And guess what, buddy? That's a much harder sale for you to do to yourself. So I'm actually making it easy for you. Plus, I'm helping you overcome a little bit of those limiting beliefs and those problems that you were having. So always have a small added benefit at the end for those that want a good deal. Even if you told them that you don't do any kind of bargaining, even if you say, hey, the price is the price, we have absolute price integrity, always have something that you'll rarely ever pull out, but you always have that one person who's looking for maximum value. They were going to buy. They're ready to buy, but they're not going to do it. They're not going to tip until they feel that they got one over everybody else. And in that one, you bring out this last little thing that'll just seal the deal. Sales managers hate those because the weak reps will pull it out and use it every single time. That's not what it's there for. It's there for that one time when you know you've got a deal and it's ready to close, and they just need that one little thing so that they feel good that they did a good negotiation. Bonus round, guys. Bonus round on the close. The button up. All right. The button up is what you do at the end of the presentation to try and diminish any kind of rescissions, kicks, returns, that kind of stuff. All right. Now, me personally, I only do it if I feel I have to do it. That's just my own. There's two schools to this. There's people that always do it no matter what. And there's people that only do it when they need to do it. And the psychology behind it is I only do it when I need to because I don't want to implant anything else in their subconscious mind that wasn't there beforehand. They may have not thought of returning or rescinding. And by putting that in there, now it's in their head. But if I feel like it needs it, I'll add it. Another thing, if you're in an industry where you don't have good rankings on the internet, you've got problems with the Better Business Bureau or with Trustpilot, or, there's reviews that they can look up that don't look good, or you have a high rescission rate, whatever the case may be. If you're in an industry where some of that happens, then you need to do something at the end. And typically what I'll do is my BMW close, right? I think I did a clip like this one time, either on a Sales Tip Sunday or on one of my daily videos. But anyway, the BMW close is after they've said yes and we're ready to go, we're about to sign or we're about to close a deal, everything's done. It's done. It's happening. It's going down. I'll stop and I'll be like, guys, just 1 minute. I'm curious. When we met an hour ago, you told me that you probably weren't going to do anything today. And now here we are after I've explained everything and you've decided to move forward. I've talked a lot. Can you remind me? What were the reasons why you decided to move forward today? Oh, I decided because of this and this and this. Oh, okay, great. The reason why I'm saying is because this isn't a BMW. They're going to go, huh? And that's what you want, because you want them to ask you, what do you mean? Yeah, you go out there, you buy a BMW, you go home, you go to sleep. maybe not today, maybe the second day, third day, fourth day, whatever. One of you wakes up in the middle of the night and goes, oh my God, what did we do? Well, when that happens, you get up, you get the car keys, you go outside, you get inside the BMW, sit in the car, feel the leather, smell the new car smell, grab the steering wheel, and you say, yeah, this is what we did. Well, in this business, with this product, with this coaching, you don't get that feeling until you've done the mentoring, until you've finished the product, until you use the things. So what I want you guys to do is to know the reasons why you decided to do this, so that if a few days from now, one of you wakes up in the middle of the night with that feeling, you can remind them, hey, this is why we did this, A, B, C, D, E, F, G. That's the button up. That's one of the things that you do to prevent having those problems. Now, guys, there's a heck of a lot more that we can talk about this. Reach out to me if you want to. I just gave you the 10 steps, the full, absolute, nothing hidden, full 10 steps on my sales presentation that has earned me 6 figures and has helped many, many more do it. Guys, my name is Ceelo. I have helped hundreds of salespeople break through, reach, attain, and maintain 6 figures. You keep listening to me, you'll be the next.